Good.
but doesn't address workers' demands for more predictable scheduling and the ability to take time off for doctor's appointments when being penalized.
Yeah, wow. What a ridiculous demand.
Let's strike go. Fuck yeah, dude.
You know, I want to know when I'm going to work. Crazy. Oh, and I don't want to be penalized for going to a doctor if I'm sick. Yeah. Man. And again,
medical issues.
Yeah, these crazy
stuff.
Not be paid the 24% of wages on
crazy demands.
Fuck yeah, dude.
When are they gonna fucking get real here?
Oh, dude, I love reading these things about these strikes. Not because I'm also glad that there's a strike, but also just the fact that, like, I've never really read any of the demands, and we're just like, man, that demand is just like, I could see why the business wouldn't meet it. Like, 300% raise, and, you know, like, we own everything now. It's like, okay, well, I can see from the company's perspective why they wouldn't want to do that deal, you know. Right. But it's like, heat works in classroom, trash gets picked up, you know. It's like maintenance issues resolved.
So, unless there's a last-minute postponement, it says that more than 115,000 rail workers are legally allowed to strike as of Friday. A move that would shut down the transport of food, fuel, and other goods, likely damaging the nation's strained supply chain and driving up prices, as if that isn't already happening.
Yeah, it's their fault.
Lawmakers are preparing to use their authority to block a walkout. GOP senators are backing a bill that would enact a new contract based on the presidential board's recommendations, the option railroads and other business interests are lobbying for, while Democratic leaders say they will intervene if necessary. The White House, meanwhile, is discussing contingency plans to assure that key goods will still make it to their destinations if railroads shut down. Yeah, they've been so good at handling these supply chain.
Oh yeah, the supply chains are so great and handled so well that
all the faith in the world
there's no problems at all right now.
This, however it turns
totally.
out, it won't leave people without food and fuel.
Marine supplies.
The issue is like being addressed with like back pay. It's like, wait a minute, so this railroads have basically been like doing wage theft.
Yeah,
like,
which is why I'm finding the supply chain's getting fucked up for it.
I'm really happy to hear that.
If the companies and the capitalists want to fuck over the livelihoods of everybody else and slowly fuck them more and more with things like supply chain demands, we'll do it on our own terms. How about that?
Yeah, man, I can't believe that. Why would
So fuck the railroads.
And then of course you have the GOP going, yeah, well, let's make that illegal.
Yeah, let's trample on their labor rights and enforce a contract that they didn't ratify.
Yeah. It's like, then, oh, wow. Does that just pretty much make you a serf at that point?
Yes.
I guess you can quit. You have that option. You can just
you could just quit.
Yeah, that's the only, yeah.
Quit it for another job, bro.
It has the same effect as if you're thrown off your land anyways, though, right? You have no money. Well, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Oh, man. This one, TJ probably would appreciate this one because it's going to interrupt his supply of donkey peanuts. Neither one of us is really all that into donkey peanuts, but TJ, he consumes.
He likes them big, so.
Yeah. I'm sure he does plenty of things with them. I don't know everything he does with them, to be honest with you. I don't even really want to know. But he's
Nigeria seizes some donkey penis that were going to be smuggled to Hong Kong. They say they've seized thousands of donkey penises that were about to be exported.
Why? What?
I hear that right?
I would guess so. I'm not having read all the way through this. I'm gonna guess that it's like some kind of like Chinese fertility treatment or something. Maybe it'll say
witch doctor medicine, dude. What the fuck?
It's not like they're asking for 350 days a year off, just more than one day a month. But apparently that's too much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you know what, now you put it that way, far too much.
Oh my god, you're asking for an extra day a month of time off? Too much. We can't allow that.
Nigerian officials have seized thousands of donkey penises that were about to be exported to Hong Kong.
What is with this
Sacks
donkey
of
shit?
Male genitals were seized at the international airport in Lagos. So they were just flying donkey dick on commercial airlines or whatever?
You're nothing but a flying donkey dick. And now
well, wow.
There is.
That's
on numerous occasions
something.
Flying donkey dicks.
So, Nigeria's largest city, Sambo Dangaladima, the Nigeria Customs Service said, area commander told
out of all things, like,
it was falsely declared as cow male genitals. But after due examination, my court officers just what? So wait, they
had to fondle them, dude. They had to fondle these dicks.
They had to like inspect them.
Why does it matter? Why would they lie? If it's okay for them to fly cow dick,
why make it? Why lie about it and say they're
donkey dick?
Yeah, like what?
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Okay.
The dreaded. Okay, yeah. You have a thing where that's a good feature Chrome actually added was the noise
tab. Able to mute tabs.
Yeah,
I'm still like what? I'm still confused.
I'm guessing that, like, it's illegal in Nigeria or some shit.
Dude, 16 sacks of donkey dicks were seized.
Yeah, nothing
16. How? Like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Smuggled out.
I don't know whether to be impressed or concerned.
Out more information about the seized items. Number one, dude, I'm really impressed with the customs officials in Nigeria. They were able to tell a donkey dick from a cow dick just by looking at it, you know?
Like, look at this. Like,
I'm pretty sure they look significantly different.
This is way floppier than a cow cock. This feels like donkey dick to me. Am I wrong here?
Your hands behind your back, you criminal scum.
How dare you? So yeah, Nigeria is trying to curb the export of donkey skins, which has drastically diminished the country's population of the working animals. Oh, okay. So we're running out of donkeys.
Oh.
Because they were skinning them, I guess.
They're having donkey shortages, I guess. Okay. So that's the reason why they are catching people smuggling donkey dicks, I guess?
A ban in 2021.
Because, you know, they have a shortage of them, so people poaching them, you know, and selling them basically off the markets and shit is why, okay. That explains it now. I feel like I now found out why there's donkey dicks being seized.
Traditional medicine.
Oh, what a shock. Yet again.
And it's used for traditional medicine. See, just witch doctor shit.
Yeah, give me the exploited animal.
I refuse to call that Eastern medicine, because that's not what it is.
Give me the fucking ivory.
Like, just because a bunch of weird witch doctors in China are fucking doing it doesn't mean it's some Asian medicine or something. It's just bullshit. I don't care if it's like some Asian person, white guy doing it, it don't matter.
You know,
Snake oil, snake oil.
America, our version of this is like our snack foods and shit. It's like we have like tons of palm oil and stuff. China's like traditional medicine where it's like, this gives you virility or this makes you whatever you want to be. And ours is like, this makes you fatter. Here you go.
Just makes you fatter, tastes good, eat it.
Yeah, I don't know. But once again, like, the most impressive thing in this to me is those fucking customs officials in Lagos, man, that were able to spawn a donkey dick.
I mean,
you know what? This is not cow cock. This is a big floppy donkey dick. These guys are smuggling.
Yeah, we're actually about donkey dicks.
I still be out for
We're
donkeys,
talking about
though.
big, fat, jiggly.
Because those, like, there's, unfortunately, like, animals are just slaughtered just for that shit. It's like, it's fucking lame.
Probably illegally.
Very illegally.
What if they just transition them? Like, what if they don't kill the donkeys? Because aren't donkeys, or is that mules? Mules are sterile.
Right, donkeys
yeah, mules are the sterile ones.
Can definitely breed.
Mules are bred by donkeys and horses.
Donkeys, you know what I mean? Like, you
I
just remove the donkey dick, but, you know, transition the animal to female.
Trans donkeys?
You could. See why not?
I mean, yeah. Why not, huh? I guess you could.
Trans donkeys, dude.
What happened to all that D? Dude, you got me, man. I don't know.
Dude, those custom officials turned around and sold it to the third Chinese client, dude.
Oh, you know they kept a couple of them, big old floppy donkey dicks. You know what I mean? Not all of those got turned over to the authorities.
Yeah. There might have been like 50 sacks. You know what I mean? Yeah, 34 made it to their destination. 16, that goes to the bust where they can have a bunch of pictures and shit.
Oh my god.
Donkey dicks up. But, let's put the tax. Let's get the donkey dicks.
Like, I just spent so much time on this.
Everybody
I wish there was a photo of them
donkey
holding the
dicks.
donkey dicks, though.
Oh my god.
I mean, not really. Maybe there is. I don't know. Does this video have anything to do with it?
They want to see videos of it. They want
Queen
proof.
Elizabeth. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth.
Wow.
We'll cover a little bit of that.
Make sure these are working.
John Lennon's chiller,
it's not.
Chiller.
Whoa.
Mark David Chapman denied parole again for the 12th time. Not a shocker here. The dude
Who?
was brutally murdered, assassinated, one of the biggest icons of all time. You know,
Hey.
it's hard to imagine him getting to roam free.
Yeah.
Hey, Zukov. Hey.
The man
Dude.
who shot and killed John Lennon outside his Manhattan apartment.
Oh, this guy. The guy killed Lennon.
Has
Well, no
been
shit he's gonna be denied parole.
12th time. New York corrections officials.
Fuck his
said
ass.
today. Mark David
Piece of
Chapman,
shit.
67, appeared before the parole board at the end of August. He shot and killed Lennon on the night of December 8th, 1980. As Lennon and Yoko Ono
fixing my
were
screens
returning
really
to their
quick.
Upper West Side apartment. Lennon had signed an autograph for Chapman on a copy of his recently released album Double Fantasy earlier that day. State officials have yet to make transcripts of Chapman's latest board interview available.
Boo.
He has repeatedly expressed remorse in previous parole hearings. He's called his actions despicable during his hearing in 2020, and said he would have no complaint whatsoever if they chose to leave him in prison for the rest of his life. Yeah, I mean that's probably not helping.
Yeah, you're saying
it's just like, look, if you guys are even, if some of you are even on the fence about letting me out, let me just let you know that if you don't, I don't care.
Yeah, and if that's how you feel, then stay in there then.
Assassin because he was very, very, very famous. That's the only reason I was very, very, very.
Yeah, the guy who tried to kill Reagan got to go free. Yep. Yeah, a dude who gets to shoot or try to shoot President Reagan fucking gets to go free and shit. The guy has a YouTube channel, doesn't he? Doesn't he like make music now and stuff?
Police him.
Yeah, this dude has a good grasp on right and wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, because you had.
I'm pretty sure he
was very, very, very famous.
Pretty sure he does.
You weren't gonna get any glory from killing him. You got nothing but infamy. You know, and that's easy to get. It doesn't take much to get infamy.
No, not at all.
Chapman is serving 20 years to life at Greenhaven Correctional Facility, north of New York City, and he will get another shot at parole in 2024.
Oh, so he rejected again.
If I had a time machine, I'd go back and tell him to use a higher caliber.
It's not gonna happen.
Back in 2018, he told the parole board he feels more and more shame every year for gunning down the former Beatle. 30 years ago, I couldn't say I felt shame, and I know what shame is now, Mark David Chapman said in 2018. It's where you cover your face. You don't want to, ask for anything.
And yet you're asking to be paroled or, like, get off and get free.
Like,
fuck
when you
you, dude.
Deep, abiding remorse for something that you've done.
Yeah. Dude, what a shitbag, bro.
You're ashamed of what you've done. It's not. This is a horrible explanation of shame. So I can see why they're leaving. You need to just stop talking so much, Mark.
Yeah.
I can help him get out, dude.
You think so?
The dude probably just needs to shut up and just serve his time and just get over it.
Why they let him out?
Because they ain't gonna let him
Because
out.
of just who he killed
and shit.
Everything else. I guess
honestly.
did they let the guy go that shot Reagan though? They didn't kill him.
I mean, he didn't.
I mean, for real. You know, it's like they let that guy go and he shot a president.
Yeah, I mean, so.
It's like, fuck that, dude.
I don't know. That just shows you maybe.
I mean, that guy should be locked away for forever just as much as this dude.
Politicians.
I mean, if anything, it should be the other way around. But whatever.
We can't let you out. You're just gonna have to rot in jail. I think he just feels shame for the fact he's probably wasted his life. That's probably what the shame really comes from. It's like,
yeah,
I did this crazy thing,
and now most of my life is just sitting in this box
but no one else with
a bunch of other people.
It's not for anything profound I did or created. It's I killed someone famous. Like that's it.
Yeah, he needs to do a monologue from Shawshank Redemption or that movie South Central. That it's an old late '80s movie. I love. And
he shot Reagan with 22. A 22 caliber ain't gonna do shit.
Goes to jail for killing somebody, and he wants.
What an idiot! Of course, yeah. It's like, oh, let me use the 22 for assassination. It's like that's gonna work.
Attitude, and gets him out on parole. So he needs to watch those two movies and try again in 2024. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he never gets out.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude.
A 45.
It could happen.
Or 357.
Now, I'm disappointed. And I want to say I'm disappointed in our fan base and our viewers.
Puts a stop to a hack that allowed customers to order $3 burritos.
Sent me
No! Chipotle, what are you doing?
Saying, hey, Paul, there's a Chipotle hack that lets you get a $3 burrito.
Chipotle.
I was not informed of this either.
And I wasn't even informed of this. I would have been like rocking some Chipotles, dude.
You like Chipotle? I mean, TJ.
I'm not even the biggest fan of Chipotle myself, but fuck it, dude. I $3 burritos.
I know me and Paul have eaten it plenty
Dude.
of times. So if I could get a $3 burrito, dude, and dude, the prices have gone up. I mean,
Yeah.
how expensive Chipotle is around you, but it's about 10.
I mean, those railroad strikes, you know, being authorized and stuff, I mean, that shit's shit gonna add a predicament to these burritos being costly, so, I mean, you know.
So I could have really used this.
Yeah. I could have saved some fucking dough, but you guys fucking failed us. That's alright. It's alright. You can make it up. You can make it up.
Nobody sent me a heads up on this. It was fun while it lasted, Chipotle.
Never had Chipotle. It's pretty good.
I bet.
I mean, what they have there is limited. They don't have a lot of, like, items that you can, like, fill your burritos up with, like, you know, things. Like, they have, you know, a pretty select amount of meats, like, only, like, really 3. They have, like, 2 different types of beans, usually. They have some rice and some veggies. That's really about all they got. I mean, they have other shit, too, but if you're getting, like, burritos, it's pretty much what you're gonna get. I've been pretty good. Just kind of wake and bacon before work, for the grind,
So you should wrap it yourself.
while listening to some news and stuff.
By doing so, many users
And being disappointed that I was not informed of a $3 hack burrito thing for Chipotle. Now Chipotle's cracking down on that shit before I even have a chance to take advantage of it.
I
Boo!
can't believe nobody fucking tipped me off on this.
Nobody.
Ordered the traditional way, burritos cost upwards of $9, depending on what protein you're packing your animals.
Man, like burritos at like where I go to are, you know, could be cheaper than that.
Discount here.
Dude, and come on. Don't talk about like online ordering experience and shit Chipotle. Be like, look, some people are
Just
paying
miss the football so much.
Find that someone gave them.
I mean, imagine you could probably like
whatever
still be around like at the practices stuff. You just couldn't like obviously play the actual games and shit.
I hate like this bullshit.
Because I know at least when I was in high school, there was kids that did that. Like they weren't doing like you know a sport for that season, but we're still kind of hanging out at the practices and shit like that, and you know kind of partaking in them a little bit too.
Oh yeah, there's like a social media trend where it's like they basically can get a $9.
God for a man when he can stay home and jerk off, such bravery. I mean, I can't just stay home and jerk off all day, dude. And also, you know, like I need to have some way to have some income. They're for real not letting me practice either. Well, that's kind of some bullshit. Because what's the harm in that? It's like, hey, you have to like help train like 1 or 2 extra kids or something. Like,
Only fair that we
I mean, it's just prioritize like the kids that are obviously playing, you know, the sport for the season. You know, like when it comes to that, like, oh my god, that's dumb. I mean, that's why my high school was kind of okay with it, you know, just because usually at most it was like 5 extra kids at the practice, you know, or whatever. And for the most part, you know, they, you know, weren't like annoying anybody or causing issues because they were also doing the same thing as everybody else. Sukov, what the fuck, bro?
Say next, like Moe's is better than Chipotle or
Gonna get you, boy.
I mean, how far down are we gonna go, really?
Is your favorite pizza the Sparrow pizza from the mall?
Yeah, that's just top notch.
Uh,
Oh yeah, Moe's is horrible. Well, Moe's is always horrible. Though.
Dorky little boy.
I've only been there a couple times when I lived in Ohio, and
I actually even remembered one time when I was in a band for 1 year when we were doing the Starlight Parades. We did the marching stuff anyway. Just basically because, you know, it was, you know, something that was just kind of like seen as just kind of ingrained at that point. And, you know, we're, you know, and at least our band director's like, well, since we can't perform and doing that, we'll just do our own little, like, you know, parade and see if we can set one up, you know, like just around the school or some shit like that, which we actually did. So
yeah.
luckily, I guess like the local town mayor was chill with having like a small little mini one, just because we couldn't partake in the Portland one.
I mean, I know there's some other notorious shit at the very top of that.
So that was actually kind of nice.
But the stated purpose is like you sell the burritos and you make a profit.
Next year's my junior year.
Doing that at $3 a buck.
Yeah, like when I didn't take in Starlight Parade, it was a sophomore year for me, so pretty much like seems like kind of a similar situation, just with sports on your end on that one.
Because
You haven't knew him in, but But either way, if it was at practice, it would be kind of useless because I'm practicing, but I can't play the games for that week. I haven't even full year football yet. Damn. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be totally useless just because you'll, still be keeping up with the practice and still kind of keeping up with, this knowledge and, like, and, like, the mental, like, learning of it. But, just kind of keep up with that without necessarily getting too rusty. So, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be totally useless. Obviously, in the sense that you couldn't play the games, sure, but at least to keep up with the skills. And, at least in between that, improve on a little bit.
But, like, couldn't you do it in person? Couldn't you go in and be like, hey, I want one taco? An extra fucking...
But it's still shitty that they just won't let you practice, though, just to do that.
Every free size.
Maybe. I mean, it's hard. It's really hard to with you. I bet you depends on the location. I know a lot of people I'm sure the people working there don't like give a fuck, dude. This is just like, this is a corporate thing. This is really not, honestly, I'm thinking...
Still talking about the Chipotle burrito hacks.
Maybe they're overloaded or something. If that's really true, then I guess...
And it's definitely true. The workers don't give a shit. If anything, the workers would totally be fine of selling them for $3.
Let's see. One manager from Ohio even told Insider that customers would get, quote, aggressive with employees when they were given the appropriate size for the taco.
Calabasas size, what do you expect now?
Burrito. Even though they were technically entitled to the smaller taco size portions. It was just annoying for everyone, she said. So yeah, it was like these people are not only like doing
just seems kind of like, at
one,
least just from my experience with high school, it seems odd that, like there is a school out there that isn't like hella prioritizing like the sports and shit, because from my experience, it seems like I'm the opposite. Where like other parts of the school were actually struggling very significantly because of how much was invested into sports and stuff, at least for my high school. Which included like kids who couldn't necessarily get into it that still wanted to try to, partake in it in some way. Like there was more of like a incentive to be like, all right, let's try to get these kids in, or let them practice, or do something. Either way in between. Which was just like, damn, it's nice, but it'd be nice if that was, done for everything else of school too. Just because like with how funding, with law schools are, it's just so jank. Because usually it's just like either one or two things at those schools that tend to get prioritized and stuff, and everything else, lags and struggles from that. And the only people that truly do get fucked over are basically the teachers and the students. Especially the students.
Like, imagine that, dude. You're arguing with a person who makes minimum wage about burrito fillings. Like, that's where your life has landed. Is you're trying to score, a pretty much free fucking burrito.
Yeah, education system's quite lost. Yeah.
That showed you how to do
it really is.
And you're making somebody's life a living hell over some burrito fillings.
Yeah. That's part of it.
For the generation that, like, identified and pointed out Karens, you sure are growing up to be a bunch of fucking Karens, dude.
Damn knows.
Oh, dude. The Karen thing is just something throughout humanity. I know people try to put it to one generation or whatever, but those are just arbitrary distinctions anyways. There's always going to be entitled assholes. Like, and really that
oh my god, I hate those type of people.
Because if you look into the shit like, am I the asshole or this stuff, it's usually like someone super
I have to deal with so many different type of people like that occasionally.
Like being told no.
Not always.
They don't like being told, like,
sometimes, and it's horrible.
It's bullshit, it's bullshit, and we're not doing it.
Yeah.
And instead of being honest, though, with American like customer service, which I think a lot of other places, that's really not as much of an issue. But here it's like, there has to be this nice, it's like, we're sorry, sir, we can't do that for you. It's like, these people should...
The fake PR stuff.
Like, shut the fuck up, what you're doing is bullshit, and we're not doing it. So either you want your money back or you get this. That's it. If you don't want it, then fuck off. Like, we don't want to spend the rest of our lives fucking trying to play this game with you. Like,
no shit.
You lost the game, move the fuck on with your life.
Go across.
That's usually what I try to do with people if like they come at me with complaints about some shit like, oh, hey, this chicken is pretty shitty, what the fuck, or or something. I'm just like, hey, we can either refund it or I can replace it. I mean, take it or leave it, basically. I mean, that's essentially what I do with people. It's like, I mean, hey, sorry that happened, but, you know, it's like if we, you know, if we want, we could do something about that today, either by replacing it or changing it, or refunding it for you.
I don't even know what science is.
Or, you know, or, you know, if you don't want that, then, oh well, don't know what to tell you.
They will know us for real.
But at least I'm giving them an option to, you know, have it fixed. Because I'll be a nice guy and at least offer it.
I'm not really siding with the corporation. I'm
What's the job hours today? It's like a 2:30 to 10, so about like 7.5, 8 hours about.
You think it's a bunch of suits?
Depending on when I get out for the night.
That's fucking having to scoop a million fucking $3 taco burrito.
I wish CEOs were doing that. Oh my god.
Get yelled at by every idiot when they don't get enough rise. Like, fuck that.
That'd be nice.
I know, Paul. I love you. You dirty little fool.
We are probably over the line for the personality quiz, I would imagine now.
Yes, we definitely are now.
So,
Damn.
yeah.
Unlocked. The next one, guys, is public freakouts, which, oh man.
Public freakouts, oh my god.
$150.
Probably won't be around to see that.
Public freakouts.
I'll be at work to hear it, at least. If it's slow, I might be able to watch it.
And at our stretch goal for today, $500. Incel cringe segment. And it is cringy.
If you want an extra dose of cringe, and we're talking real cringe, guys, like...
Do you like Jerry?
We're in a shop.
Used to.
And, you know, you're asking for cringe, and I'm like, I ain't got any cringe.
We used to watch him from time to time and shit, but after he, like, mainly, it's basically pretty much just like when he moved to Texas, is when I thought he fell off. And not just, like, fell off, but, like, significantly, like, dropped. Like, when he came to a lot of his takes and his ideas and shit.
No shitty half-ass cringe. If you'd like to...
So I was just kind of like,
this is how you do it.
Not really fond of him that much anymore, so... Like I said, yeah, I kind of fell out of watching him at this point.
Every little bit works towards the goal. You know, Scotty, in a future generation, when, you know, we're dead and gone, and our children's children are dead and gone,
Jason Momoa shaves head
there will be
to highlight issue of single-use plastics. It's just so sad. Jason Momoa shaved his long-ass hair.
And Scotty, against single-use plastic. He will be remembered as the man that ended our
Jason Momoa shaved the head. Now single-use microplastics are just gone, murked.
Or woman, wow, or they has ever.
3-hour posts come out 7 times a week. $1,000 for a single product. Yeah.
Jason Momoa shaves his head to highlight the issue of single-use
like
plastic.
he's definitely making bank off of it.
It's just so sad.
I mean...
Damn, how dare Jason Momoa. How dare he?
Shaving his head's gonna do anything about it, but I agree with him. It is so sad.
I mean, yeah. Single-use plastics are sad. They suck.
If
They're
all
shitty.
It takes is Jason Momoa shaving his head to highlight that fact, and then that's the catalyst, the end of single-use plastics.
I wish.
I mean, I think it was worth it. Price well paid.
I wish that was the case.
I mean, look, I know he plays.
Just get someone famous on a podcast for hours, and that's about it. Yeah, I mean, it's essentially what he does. Usually at this point, he gets people, especially who tend to be kind of controversial in some way, and that thus gives people, you know, to come over and watch his shit, and thus that gets him viewership.
Long walks over the weekend in favor of a dramatic new buzz cut.
Those braids. So.
Oh my god.
In a video posted to his Instagram, Momoa winces as he sees his hair cut off. He also jokes that
this dude just didn't want to fucking have long hair anymore.
He
didn't want to take care of that long, luscious mane no more.
A role coming up or some shit that requires him to have short hair, and he was just like, "How do I double dip this? How do I cut the hair off my head, but also get some positive press?"
Now that could be it too. Maybe he has a role coming up.
Protest of our use of single-use plastics,
dude.
I mean, it's definitely likely.
If you even like Jason Momoa, let me tell you something. I've seen this happen with a lot of people.
Nose, can you stop being running?
Cool. Telling you.
Goddamn.
Telling you that, like, this is the death of it, man. I'm sorry. I've just seen it happen before.
He's he's like Samson from the Bible. All his power is in his locks.
And when he loses those locks, he lost all that power. Now he's no longer Jason Momoa. Now he's just James Manson or something.
There's still more of them because of this. I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, it's a small price to pay, in my opinion, but I don't know.
It's just like, what is it actually really going to do to help stop single-use plastics? That's my thing. It's like, oh yeah, nice statement. Is it actually going to do anything? Like, you're a rich actor, right? You can probably invest money into like a non-profit organization that's trying to clean that shit up or something. I don't know.
Done it for selfish reasons.
At least that would be a lot better.
Taken such a brave stand as this man. Here's the non-news video.
Hello, everyone. Hand me those records. So.
Oh my God, the haircut heard round the world, Scotty.
The haircut heard around the world.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I want to go for this situation.
TJ
I might do a pompadour though,
Yeah,
but that ain't
looks
gonna
like
be
he's
shaving
going for a
everything.
TJ cut right here, so maybe he didn't cut it all off. I don't know. But
He has a thing where it's like, he shaved this.
No, I think he just has like the shaved sides, but the top of his head's like short,
I don't live around him anymore.
like short medium length, so it's slicked back.
He doesn't just have long hair anymore. Now he has like this half.
Maybe that's what he's going on.
it's gonna be weird next time I see TJ, dude. It's like he's such a presence. Like he walks into the room with that fucking long ass Lincoln beard, eyebrows, and his head all shaved. What the fuck, man?
Dude, TJ's whack.
Tired of these.
It's Abe Lincoln, long ass beard, no eyebrows.
What?
Wait, what?
Where is this coming
Tired
from?
of these plastic bottles. Man.
What did he say?
What the fuck, man?
I'm tired of these plastic bottles. Stop.
What?
Dude, he sounded so emotional. We gotta stop using these bottles. We gotta stop, man. It's like you sound so emotional about it, bro. You look more emotional of losing your hair more so than making that statement there, bro. Like, good lord.
I'm doing this for this reason. It's just like he's
It's like, you obviously don't give a shit, dude. Like, oh my god.
What? Well, answer the call. He has done something.
Man, what an activist this guy is. He's got look.
Oh yeah, such a...
Hey,
Well,
Rosa
he's a slacktivist.
Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Jason Momoa. Okay?
oh yeah.
Jason Momoa.
True.
Above them all, Jason Momoa. This will be, like I said, a couple hundred years, it's going to be a statue to this guy. The man who stopped our...
I have a feeling there probably will, but it's not going to be because of this. It's going to be some other shit or something.
About to be shaved. It's like this haircut changed the world.
That look of determination in his eyes.
Oh, looky here.
How nice. I want Paul to get salty from JBP. Please donate. Hey, yeah, for sure. Here you go. Jordan Peterson Wisdom, $300, and hey, that's going to put us ever closer.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're getting
Goal
closer.
Christmas, Google. So.
Yeah, we're actually pretty close to that public freak out. We're about $35 away from that one, and then of course the climb.
I didn't even notice that they had Jordan B. Peterson on there. Oh, that's going to be some juice.
So, I just thought,
I certainly will
when I saw
cringe.
this one, I thought everybody should know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thank you. Now I know when single-use plastics disappear, Paul, I'll know
Yep.
who's responsible.
We know who to thank if single-use plastics are now no longer on the planet.
Tired of these single-use plastics.
I'm tired of single-use plastics, man. I'm sick
Just
of
out of
it.
nowhere, too.
It's just like so random and just so bland.
This generation, man. What a stand. The five talk Kamala Harris questioning the integrity of the Supreme Court. I don't know who the five are. Who are the five?
The Fox Five. Oh,
Guess we'll
God.
find out.
Oh, my God.
Taking Kamala's attacks lying down.
I hate this fucking guy right here,
Oh,
by
Greg
the way.
Gutfeld.
Greg
Oh,
Gutfeld
yeah. He loves
is
this
such
show.
a weasel and
Oh my
such a
God,
worm.
He's such a little fucking nerd. I hate him.
This is their
I want to duck
comedy
his
show.
head in a fucking toilet,
Show.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, Greg Gutfeld just looks like someone I would bully the fuck out of in school.
Myself, dude. I would rather gut myself than watch Gutfield.
It's like the unfunny comedian as a middle-aged white person in a show where they think they're funny. Like, it literally is, it's like, they have guests on that have, like, next to no comedy ability. Which, I mean, that's okay. You know, everyone has a, doesn't...
Dude, yeah, this guy literally also thinks he's trying to be a
I use
comedian.
a vacuum of unfunny.
Like, there's, like, so many random little quips that Greg Gutfeld try to do, but
I'm looking at my
are seen
phone,
as, like,
bro.
jokes in his mind.
Do this.
And he's trying to get a little laugh out like basically just his hosts and that's it. It's like ugh. Would Ignore have bullied me in school? No. Just people that look like Greg Gutfeld.
Today they want to see that Jordan Peterson. Another $49.99 from Von Panda. Looking good, buddy.
Of all your sins, Von Panda.
Yeah. Thou art absolved of all your sins, and any sins you may commit in the future.
Had an established right for almost half a century, which is the right of women to make decisions.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, does Kamala even know what she's talking about?
I really wonder.
I look somewhat like Greg Gutfeld.
You can tell it's taking like.
I don't mean just like his looks. I mean just like literally everything about him. Not just the way he looks.
Somebody like grind the gears in their head.
Basically, just be like a Ben Shapiro, Greg Gutfeld, Dave Rubin. I mean, if you know, like if you look like anything like those dudes in every way, shape, or form, physically and otherwise, then yes. But no, you're not.
Terrible choice.
Just on your reviews alone, that already says no. So
terrible choice.
No.
She primaried exactly nowhere. She was one of the early people to drop out of the race because nobody liked her and she had no chance. And yet somehow she gets tapped for VP.
Well, I think we know why. I mean, the Biden administration just crassly looked at it and was like, oh,
we have to have a black woman so we look woke and hip to the kids.
Because she likes pearls, Scotty. They were like, we need a vice president that likes and appreciates.
Trying to defend Greg Gutfeld here, Lamau, and that's the best I could do.
Oh, that's
here, Scotty. Pearls.
Because he's not exactly defensible. If anything, I'm defending you more than him.
Something to clutch, dude.
I'm trying to humble you.
I mean, so she can actually do that. That's
just be like, you're trying to defend him. I'm just being like, why are you doing that? Stop.
I wish I did.
Yeah. AOC 2028. No.
No. Oh my God! Who thought?
Surely you just.
Yeah.
Own body, as an extension of what we have decided to be the privacy rights to which all people are entitled.
Right.
And the court took that
okay.
constitutional right away.
If only we had codified it in that 50 years.
Yeah, if only there was a codification of that within the fucking 50 years of it being, you know, passed through the court. Yeah.
The court has always decided controversial cases, and that's the role of the Supreme Court. And that role
I've been smoking it like all, like, yes.
Simply because
that's not why the legitimacy was questioned. It's not the ruling itself. It's the fact of like all the politics that went into appointing the people who were on the bench. The people on the bench saying, I uphold legal precedent. You know, there's a fucking goddamn clip that was seen by about fucking 50 million times of all these snakes going on there and saying, oh, yes, I
will abide by the Constitution and the precedent.
It's settled. Then the first chance they have to overturn it, it's like, let's overturn it. It's like, wait a minute. Didn't you guys say it was settled a second ago? It's like, come on. It's... You know, that's why
I mean, they're fucking liars, and honestly, like, every single one of those fucking court members should be just arrested as far as I don't give a shit.
AOC. I mean, you should despise AOC, too. She funneled a bunch of, you know, left-wing activism, made a bunch of fucking promises to people that she hasn't made good on.
Yeah.
And has basically taken all of that fundraising and all of that political action.
And gone into the DNC.
Into, you know, a Nancy Pelosi vote. So yeah, you should despise her too. She's part of the huge problem on the left.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be somebody that broke out of the molds of your typical leftist, and she just kind of quietly and sheepishly became the very fucking establishment that people on the far left are trying to fucking tear down. So yeah, you should hate her too.
It's just true. I mean, honestly, I consider other people in the squad, like,
B. Peterson,
you know, fucking Elon Omar and shit like that, a lot more respectable. And I feel like, you know, it's just because they're willing to play a little bit more hardball and still acknowledge that, yeah, we're kind of outnumbered and we can't, you know, be too hyper radical aggressive. But they're still willing to at least, you know, play ball a little bit, you know, on their terms, or at least try. AOC, not really.
That's like, of course.
People like Rokana, AOC, and the likes of them, no. Like, they don't.
We're representing, of course.
They don't have any spines or any fucking backbone whatsoever.
Like, in what sense? That
either that or was surgically removed at some point.
is legitimate under the system.
Or broken.
Means in which that happened was not legitimate. That's what they're saying. And they were lied to. That's what they're saying.
Because many of the justices that voted to overturn Roe v. Wade said explicitly in their fucking confirmation hearings that they had no intention of touching it.
Yep.
That they thought it, they considered
And
it
that should be liable for treasonous offenses by betraying the
test for
federal law and the law of the people that's been established.
Pretty much everybody that voted
past
for
president.
it said that they were going to stay away from it. So yeah, they were lied to. And the accusation is that the court as it is now is an activist court and not a court dedicated to interpreting.
Because it's a kangaroo court. Yep. Yep.
There's your legitimacy question.
Right.
I want to see this banger that Gutfield tells, because I'm telling you, he says something here right at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
And the table erupts in the most
oh my god.
Ale-drunken tavern laughter that I've ever heard, man. These yes men must be getting paid real well to float the ego of Gutfield.
You know they are.
Because people disagree with an opinion is not a basis for questioning the legitimacy of the court.
All right, so this is obviously, I guess it's referring to abortion, so I'm going to go to the guy first.
Oh my fucking god, dude. So let's refer to abortion, so let's go to the man.
No, this can't be real. He's only
dude, what the fuck? Oh my god. Wow.
Look at his legs hanging down here like a third grader.
Oh my god, dude.
You know, I never.
What a little third grader, bro. See what I mean? Like, if you do anything that Greg Gutfeld is, then yeah, I totally would bully the shit out of Greg Gutfeld. Like, sorry, not sorry, but yeah, I would. If it was in a high school setting.
$17 million.
Oh, Jesus.
Because Jesus
Christ.
Just sold this right-wing grifter, Paul, and you can have his wealth. But you know what? You're always, no matter what you can say about this guy, well, at least we're taller than him. I mean, like, everyone knows that he pointed out, like, he is like, he needs a high chair.
He needs a
booster seat. Somebody get Greg Gutfield a booster.
He needs a booster seat.
Yeah, I'll do a campaign. It's fine. But, I mean, like, I know he's rich as shit. But he's obviously not taking care of his own needs at the same time. He's so selfless. Let's get him a booster seat so he can actually see, be level with people he's talking to.
No, what kind of politician, Jesse, would attack an institution like the Supreme Court? This is a threat to democracy. Is she aware that she's putting their...
what? It's literally the other way around, you shitbag.
Watch her words.
Exactly.
I'm not usually a word policeman, but they just had a death threat against Cannon, the judge in the special master case. Just back off a little bit.
I think A equals B.
Just back up a little bit. Come on, man.
Say that, but I might.
These guys are arguing that just words don't influence people.
I guess.
I mean, okay, how about this? Trump said he was under siege at Mar-a-Lago when the Justice Department raided and the FBI raided his compound. And people showed up at the FBI trying to kill people. So, yeah, I mean, does it have that effect on a lot of people? Probably not. Most people are rational and have self-interest, but there's always crazy people that don't. They're like, you know what? They said I need to do something, so I need to do something to, protect the country.
Yeah, and considering that Trump has basically embraced QAnon,
yeah, words do matter.
Like, he posted something on True Social that basically showed the Q on his little suit and the acronym of where we go one, we go all, which is like the QAnon phrase.
Yeah, for sure.
And basically, it's just like, he's just embracing it at this point and essentially is seen as like the God King, to these fucking people. So.
Course correcting with your fundamental rights. Gotcha.
I mean, anything that he says, like, oh yeah, being sieged or whatever the fuck, then yeah, they're gonna go out and try to kill people.
Course corrected us back to Victorian times,
Be invasive.
Come on, dude. These fucking people. I can't believe, I honestly, at least Gutfield doesn't have to do it with a straight face because he's got to smile and laugh at his own real knee-slapping humor and shit.
Oh, totally.
I don't know how some of these, serious news
plus being arrested
do this with a straight fucking face.
I hope that's...
No.
I just hope that's, like, the least that he gets,
To settle their contract before looming...
That's enough out of you. In fact, I don't even need you anymore.
You're gone.
Let's
We don't need you railroad strikers.
I'm sure it's more real.
We already heard about you.
Justices, the 3 that Trump appointed, those were supposed to be crooked's. That's one of the main reasons why they have so much rage inside them. He was never supposed to get those appointments. And notice the Democrats, anytime they disagree with anything, they attack it as illegitimate. That Trump is an illegitimate president. If you disagree with anything, you're
what?
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah.
The fucking party of every election is fake because they haven't won it. If they don't win an election, it's automatically voter fraud.
Yeah, the only.
My God, yeah, like the Democrats are the only ones doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
the party
100%.
is going to talk about, people fucking oversimplifying.
It's just like
shit,
Trump's, they're trying to say he's illegitimate.
Come on, dude.
His entire presidency was illegitimate, is what they say. It's like, no,
that's why you have
no one's saying that.
He's screaming the same shit.
I
Go their way.
mean, I wish it was illegitimate, but no, it was a legitimate one. So whatever. We had to suffer for it.
We thought that we appointed the right people. I mean, this is honestly the Federalist Society, dude. That needs to be a topic on one of our episodes. I'm telling you, like.
Dude, Federalist Society is sinister as fuck. I mean, a lot of their motives and premises of existing is to pack the court.
This guy's eyes are sad as fuck, dude. He looks like.
Jesse Waters does have sad eyes.
Dog. No matter how he's trying to sound and appear, those eyes are just like. Every time I pause it, there's a deep, abiding sadness in his eyes. He sacrificed his soul.
Yeah, he's an empty suit, dude. That's all he is. I mean, he'll say whatever he needs to say. And, that's kind of the crazy thing. And that's part of the appeal of these shows, like, on a psychological level. It's like, I think people think, like, oh, man, the world's on fire, so people are going to be out in the streets going, ah! But I think the reality is more as people trying to pretend if the streets are not on fire, everything is not burning around them, and it's like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's the this is fine meme while your house burns and you're just sitting there smiling.
It's fine. If it's not fine, it's liberals.
Even in that meme, that little dog, I mean, you could tell in its eyes that it has, like, the Jesse Water eyes.
We had the other guy.
If you just look at him enough.
Bad. The country was doing great before, Paul. Fox News, oh, man, look at these record jobs, record this, stock market, whatever.
What did Steve see in these people scouting?
Oh, everything's horrible. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, wonder what it is. Like,
I'd say the same thing for my dad, too, just for radio versions of these fucking weirdos. Like, how do they, like, what is seen in these fucking people?
Tucker White asked, what does Steve see in these people? I mean, they confirm his bias. You know what I mean? Like, he's got personal biases on whatever it may be, whatever right-wing thing it may be. Probably a number of right-wing things. No one has
Steve. That is a very conservative guy.
Right, and these guys are willing, come hell or high water, to interpret every news event as supporting what he believes.
Yep.
They're not there to challenge his, and it's the same reason why there are people that just blindly bobblehead along with MSNBC too. I mean, they're of course they're guilty of the same sin that guys like Steve are. You know what I mean? It's just they go to have every world event interpreted through the lens of their own bias.
Yeah,
exactly. And unfortunately, that's what leads to a lot of their fucking, bigotry too, is because of how reinforced it gets, especially over time.
One extreme reaction,
because it'd be one thing if it was just like the occasional, like, one-off instance of, bias being reconfirmed, like before this era of media and shit, where it's like you get one dude like, oh no, I don't know how I feel about these folks, and then you get like, your buddy who's like, I don't know, they seem fine to me, and I don't see no problem with them. I work with some of them in the lumber mill, and they're all pretty cool, or whatever the fuck, and like, at that point, it's kind of hard to have that bias confirmed and have that idea of like, there's something up with these people, when you have like, other people around you just like, oh, I don't see what's wrong with it, at the very least, or like, hey, they're actually really good, or really cool, or, they actually bring things, that help, when it comes to being here and shit. But because of especially how, much of like, bias confirmation there is in media, especially today, like, there's just so much of this enablation on, what, people's, biases get confirmed in, especially when it comes to things like this. I mean, it's definitely why we see a lot of, Christian fascists or people that enable it.
It's now illegitimate. You can't do that. the Democrats are all about defending institutions.
Well, you can't do that.
You can't.
I hear that from these people all the fucking time. You can't do that. Well, who's stopping you? Are you guys the people who are going fuck you to this? So you.
And also, how come they are all the ones that do these things all the time? You can't do that. Only we can do that. So they're forgetting to say that last part.
If you don't agree, then you don't have to do it. And the people not doing it, it's generally because they don't want to do it. Whatever you're talking about, and I hear this from these people. Oh, you can't do it. You can't do this anymore. You can't do this anymore. Like a bunch of whiny babies. Are you guys the tough, manly men? Shouldn't you go fuck that? I'm not gonna listen to some namby-pamby liberal. I'll do whatever I want.
Fuck you, snowflakes.
Breed in our duty, so I don't know. I mean, I think that's because
We all need to breed, and that's our duty. What the fuck?
Like, he's not right wing or left wing. He's a man of the forge.
Yeah.
The man of the forge.
He was
man
born,
of fish and berries.
Yeah, he was born in the wrong era, man. He should be foraging fish and berries and standing over the intense heat
of the forge, dude.
Forge, making copper weapons for the army. You know what I mean?
True though.
Dude.
That was kind of funny.
Why do I feel like that is like some right wingers though? It's just like they are like unironically born in the wrong generation. They should just been born back in like the days of the forge and shit, dude. I mean, like, cause a lot of them do kind of have that mentality, like, I'm a working man, I'm gonna be out there grinding my hands down to nubs, you know, basically, and
I shall forge a tinfoil ball that is so round and shiny that it will eclipse all other tinfoil balls.
What pissed me off about that was not that Stevie did it; he never completed it. That's my challenge.
Oh, he started it but never finished it.
Like what I'm gonna give him as a prize, but I'm like, Stevie, I want the tin ball, the aluminum foil ball, made into what you promised me.
In pure perfection.
Do, like, a bunch of Twitch streams while he makes it. You know, just point the camera at his hands while he's forming the tin foil ball.
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
Dude, a lot, though. I told him, like,
Stevie would actually get views off of that. People are weirdly into things like that.
And I'm like, Stevie,
well, I'd probably get random viewers, you know, just like random hodgepodge things, like just have the stream literally say rolling foil into a perfect sphere, or attempting to. Like it would randomly start getting picked up, and I'm just like, you know, sitting there trying to legit do it. You know, like
that's true, Judge. I mean,
I might try that. I have aluminum foil.
Criticizing the FBI. And yet she can just go right after the Supreme Court, which is basically the super concentrated version of the FBI with 90% more FBI-ness.
What?
What?
What? Wait, what?
Supreme Court is the super concentrated FBI?
They're the super FBI? What?
Man, this is fucking dope.
What a nerd, dude.
You got a fucking dope here.
Dude, what a schmuck.
The nation.
He needs to be dunked in a toilet multiple times in a row.
100%.
So wet willies, have his head in a dumpster.
That doesn't even make sense as a
shoved in a locker at least a couple times.
Scotty, Stevie's getting ready to fire off a murder scheme on you so he can steal thy fiefdom. Oh shit. He plans to usurp the barony, Scotty.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah, Scotty's kind of a warlord himself. Benevolent one, but...
He immediately fold under pressure. So any scheme with that... That's already been killed in the cradle, dude. That's years of psychological torture of being an older brother.
Ooh.
I mean, like, even if Stevie had those thoughts, he then thinks about, like, oh shit, I would never be viewed as legitimate. And that matters to Stevie. Like, see, like, if it was TJ, he wouldn't give a fuck, dude. TJ could easily be a ruthless baron or whatever, like... Which is why, I mean, but, you know, luckily for him, he's the older brother, so he would already have that. You know, he would already automatically have that, and I mean, like, to be honest with you, I'd probably have been killed a long time ago. You know, like, I'd have been killed, and Steve would have been like, all right, Steve, you're no threat to me. You can be number 2.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance. I agree.
Goofy, sneezy boy.
I mean, whatever. I mean, that's it. If I was TJ's position, I would do the same to me. You know what
I mean?
Absolutely. If I was older, I'd be like, TJ, off your head, sorry.
Here's our goals again. Those of you that are following along.
There.
Public freakout.
Getting there to be a 2:30 bout, so.
Is it?
Yeah. We're at 182, so yeah.
Oh, did they already make their goals?
From Jordan Peterson to
come on, screen.
So, yeah,
don't be weird.
We were getting close to that as well. And
we were
close.
Okay, I have to figure these out. Now that they're... Are they just permanently up?
Within grass.
Oh, there we go.
I think it's within grass. We got the incel cringe. We got videos.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting to hear about once I get to that part.
So, hold on 1 second and let me get our goals up here. So
anyway,
we got a personality test to take.
Gonna head off to work and all that fun shit. I keep listening to these guys while I enjoy my grind. At least make it more tolerable. So, peace out. Be back when I get off work.